Hello, hello. Discord is taking its sweet time posting the announcement for today's stream, but that's okay. As a just a quick little aside right at the beginning, I am very tired. So if I seem a little bit weird today or a little bit off, I didn't sleep a lot. But that's not going to stop us from making stuff today. So I am here with kind of a weird looking thing. We have our astral projection chamber that we had from maybe like a week or two ago. And we liked some of the stuff on this, but ultimately I think this is not a great looking sketch. I think it's a little clunky. And I have some jewels and treasure chests and stuff. So I made a copy of the astral projection chamber in case I want it in the future, but we're going to go ahead and cannibalize this guy and turn it into a little treasure room. So I really need a treasure room for the project that I'm working on. It's a very important part of the piece. So we're going to try and make a little treasure room today. That's the goal, at least. So that's that. I'm going to go ahead and throw some music on, and we'll just get going into it. I also restarted my music like halfway through the intro because it was going to play a song that I didn't like. So we might hear some repeat songs. Apologies if that's true. Okay, so let's cannibalize this guy. We're going to kill off the eagle. Sorry to the eagle. I still have the eagle saved, so I will be able to use it eventually. Balksy! Thank you for the hydrate, Balksy. Balksy came out of the gate saying I'm going to keep you healthy. Honestly, that's what I would expect of my cute boy Balksy. That's what we can always expect from our cute boy Balksy. Alright, so we got this. This was originally our little power ring for the stones. We had all this set up with a portal in the middle, something or other, and the stones are pretty nice looking. That's maybe like my favorite part of this whole sketch. That's the main thing I wanted to salvage here. So we're going to try our best to keep this. And I want this material, this like stone weird material. You'll do your best to keep up the good work. You owe nobody nothing, Balksy. You do whatever the heck you like. I do not ask things of other people unless I'm paying them. Which, to the best of my knowledge, I'm not paying anybody right now. Okay, so. A box. We have a box. What's kind of crazy about this box, and now something that I'm kind of realizing about 3D modeling in general, is there's a seam right here. So this is like one mesh, right? You would make this as a single mesh. I would think that it would be bad not to. But that's a seam. And so you would use that as like a UV, which kind of blows my mind. I'm not sure how you would do that. But that might be the next thing I need to learn. As far as what I've learned recently, you might notice some changes to the UI. I cut off the top bar. I changed this guy to be always on. Since I cut the top bar, I made some room. And I learned a couple new shortcuts the other day, so hopefully I will remember to do them. I know Simo is always going to be on my case about learning shortcuts, so we're going to cross our fingies and hope. Okay, so let's go ahead and just get this guy settled. So, a box. I just need to make a box. We're going to add all the extra stuff later. Let's not think about that right now. That's not the point of what we're doing. Just make a box. And I have a little bit of a cheat code that I'm going to use on this box. Just putting that out there. I am kind of getting used to my new layout a little bit, so mind me if I feel a little bit clunky. I have a cheat that I'm going to do. The main star of the show today is that I want to be doing some physics to throw a bunch of coins in here and make them bounce and feel realistic and weighty and whatever. I'm probably going to do the thing that old games do. I'm sure new games do it as well, where you take a picture and then lay it as like a normal map. I'm probably definitely going to do that, but we're just having fun today. This is not a final render, so there's no need to worry about like quality or optimization or anything like that. So I'm just gonna get going on here. Okay, so we're gonna want ourselves a box. Let's make the lid first. So the lid of a box like this is simple. I say that as if I actually believe that it's simple, and I do not actually believe that it's simple, but sometimes you gotta lie to yourself until you get what you want. Okay, so I got the dimensions correct. Dissolve? That's not gonna work. Can I dissolve all of this? Dissolve all of that. Yeah. Now we grab all of this. Oh, I'm in rendered view. No wonder I can't see anything. I'm like, why is it white? All right, so we're gonna go ahead and just dissolve all of this and make a lid. A nice, simple lid. Bada boom. So we're gonna go ahead and pop that on top of it. And I wasn't sure if I wanted to do like the rounded lid or not. So when you look at like a pirate's treasure chest, right? There's a reason why it has a rounded lid. It's supposed to arc to support the weight of the sand? Wow, my brain. It's trying to arc to keep the sand on top of it. Which is great for a buried treasure chest. But this is not a buried treasure chest. This is like in a room, in a vault. So you wouldn't bury this. So I think it just has a normal lid. Like, I know it's not the iconic treasure chest that everybody's used to, but I think, like, that's not the point. I don't think that's what it would be doing automatically. I learned a new trick, by the way. Let me try this. I have a trick. Where is it? Where is it? Oh, am I gonna be able to do this? There is a new thing that exists in here. Oh, where are you? You can set a mesh to be ground, and you can't push anything underneath it, but I can't seem to find it. Ground, 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 ground. Make floor. Floor, ground, something like that. Maybe it's not in here. Maybe it's in physics. Oh, it's a constraint. Object constraints. Yes. Floor. Oh, beautiful. Cool. So now... Oh, great. Floor. Target is this sphere right here. Cube 01. What? Hold on. I did that wrong. So this guy needs to be the floor. This is weird. So your floor is cube. Oh, I see. I see. Okay. You're cube, and we need to do z negative z. Z. What? Okay, you know what? That'll be something I need to learn later, but I'm not learning that right now. That makes literally no sense to me. It does nothing that you want it to do. There we go. I think it's going to work better on like flatter planes, but I'm not dealing with a flatter plane right now, so that ain't the goal. Okay, so now what we want to do is put a lid on it. So when I think of a chest, they have a hinge on the back, and the hinge is what allows it to flip up. So let's make ourselves just a little quick, easy hinge, and then we're going to flip it. So we'll do like that. Okay, so we got ourselves just a little hinge right here. I feel like this is the angle that it should be at, but I'm looking at this right now and I'm not sure how hinges bend this much. This seems not normal. This feels very weird. Okay. And honestly, if I toss just a little guy in here, I don't think that's the worst thing in the world. So I'm just going to toss a little guy in there. I was thinking I need to make this more realistic, but honestly, I think that's a trap we've been getting into a lot lately, and I don't want to get stuck in that routine. Like, there's so much more that I need to learn before I ever feel, like, comfortable with my work to begin with. And to say, like, I need to be doing this or this or this, I don't think that's a really, like, productive way to look at my own work. Like, the rule of thumb is just get going. Just make things. If I sit here and be a perfectionist about everything, we're never going to finish anything. So let's just do it, right? That's the goal. The goal is just to live, be free, have experiences. Okay, so we can apply scale to that, and we're going to go ahead and throw on some bevels. I think this should work, but I don't know off the top of my head. Now, I've been told there's a way to do some like really weird vertex editing. I think what we can do is come into here and go modifier and do weighted normal. That's not what I wanted. Weighted normal. It is weighted normal. That's not doing anything for us. Okay, never mind. We're going to do it manually. It's another thing I think I need to learn later. So let's go ahead and do a little bevel on there, a nice little gentle bevel. We're going to use a bevel of 0.05 so I can keep it really consistent. So it's 0.05 and 3, which means I should just copy the exact same thing onto here. So let's do 0.05 and 3. So realistically, it should just pop right in, I believe. 0.05 and 3. Right? Does that work? Does that give us what we want? Looks good to me. Oh, it looks perfect. Yeah, that's it. Done. Easy. Cool. Let's auto normal that. Give ourselves something nice with a 45-degree angle, and we're going to do the exact same thing to you. And we're jamming. Okay. So now we just need to put the little lock on the front of it, and we're good to go. Well, and the hinge. Let's put the lock in the hinge, and then I'm done, I think, with this little chest here. Hey, thank you for the follow. Emior? Emor? How do you pronounce your name? Emior? It, at first glance, looks very French. Very, very French. There we go. We're going to go ahead and pop this guy on down. And push him on in here. And let's get it going. So let's go ahead and just pop that right in the spot we like. And I'm going to go ahead and grab this. And we want to GZ it. This is going to get awkward really quick. I guarantee it. GZ. There we go. Cool. Okay, so we're going to take you, and I should actually probably turn this into a collection if I'm being really smart about what we're doing here. So I'm going to call this chest. We're going to call this chest lid, and it's going to be popped into our chest. And we're going to call you chest body, and we're going to pop you into our chest, and we're going to grab you, and we're going to call you hinge. And now I can just take you and scooch on over. And easy thing about this is we can just go ahead and throw a mirror modifier on there across the chest lid. There we go. Done. So, 2 little hinges here. Let's do the exact same thing with our auto normals of 45. I don't really know what the conventional wisdom on auto normals are. 45, 30, 45, and 60 are like the only amounts that I think matter unless you're doing something very, very specific, which happens, but is rare to say the least. All right, so what we're gonna do is pop in a little hole here. Hey, oh, look at you knowing all my names. Mr. 6, you're early. This is one of the earlier occasions for you. How are you doing? All right, let's pop that in, and let's pop this in, but I should definitely go ahead and apply scale first, because I don't think I did that earlier. And we're going to pop this guy up with a nice hello, sir. What is going on? You're tired, but I'll live. I am also very tired. Exhausted. Did not sleep last night. I slept, but I didn't sleep an appropriate amount last night. Just got lost in thinking about things and living in, you know, all that sort of stuff. Things that when you were like 18 you didn't do. Are you a beginner? I've been going for like a year. I don't know if that counts as a beginner. I would say by some standards, yeah, I'm a beginner. There's definitely things I don't know how to do. I'm pretty bad with organic shapes and whatever. And everybody always gets on to me about not knowing my shortcuts, but it's just my way. Whoops. What about you? You slept like 4 hours? Yeah. Saf, by the way, the raffle is going on, so you are welcome to join the raffle whenever you like. Also, I just goofed this one up. My bad. Let me do that one more time. Let's go ahead and get rid of these two. I don't need to be seeing this stuff right now. So we're going to do just a 2 real quick. Like that. And repeat. I love those emotes. They're so nice. Boom. Okay, so that is going to be there. And now, let's just take a look at what a hinge looks like real quick. I wasn't going to, but honestly, I need to just know what that mechanism looks like. Okay, so it's just a bunch of interlocking little guys. That makes perfect sense, actually. When you really stop and think about how a hinge works, it is just that. I'll show you what I'm looking at. It's just this. It's just a bunch of interlocking pieces. How we're going to make that work here is a little beyond me. I think the easy way that I would do it, the really simple way that I would try and solve this, if I don't want to get too lost in this, is I would go like 4. And I'm going to bevel each of these. And I think that's going to be a pretty good solution. I think that'll work. And then we'll take those and extrude in. Like, I think that's... For how small this is. Like, you're not picking this up and putting it right in front of your face and looking at it. For how small it is, I think that's fine. That definitely gets the effect across. So I think we're going to stick with that. Just something simple. So let's go ahead and just do a little boom boom. We'll say like that and that. Come on now. I think I'm getting worried about the world. It seems like things are getting worse. All right, Mr. Six, what makes you think that all of a sudden? I would say a lot of people feel that way. But conventionally, I feel like that thought was expressed maybe a couple of years ago for the most part. So why now? What makes you feel that way now? I have a lot of opinions about the world, so I'd love to talk to you about it. Okay, so that is my hinge. You look at that, that's a hinge. That looks perfect. Yeah. From here, you're looking at this? No way. That's not gonna matter at all. Problem solved. Cool, we got a chest. Let's go ahead and actually put the lock on it. Okay, this is the part that I'm a little worried about. So let's take a look at our reference. This is going to get a little tricky. Let's just go for it. You know what? I keep stressing things. I don't know why I'm stressing so much. It's just, you just solve it, right? It's just a problem to be solved. It's not that big of a deal. Let's just solve it. So I'm going to go ahead and grab myself the box. The top lid, I think, is going to be an easy fix. And we're doing 4 right across the front with the edges being rounded. So let's go ahead and say 2. How do I want to think about this? Something tells me this is going to be a weird little thing we're about to do here. I know that there's probably a way to automate this, but I don't have it off the top of my head, so we're not going to do it. But I think I can do this. Get to the point that I like. That looks fine. Yeah, oh, this will work. You know what? It's not perfect, but this is going to work. I like this, actually. This looks good by my standards, which are worse than everybody else's standards. That'll get the job done. And it didn't go inside the lid, which is actually really frustrating. Why didn't it do that? Do I care? I should care. I'm not going to. I'm going to choose not to care. And the sides of this only has 1, so thank goodness I do not need to think about it. So we're going to do 2, and we're going to separate these guys like that. We're going to do our best to match the angle right here. If it's off a little bit, I think that's actually going to be, like, not great for us. So let's look at this from a top-down point of view. What am I looking at? Hello? Okay, there we go. That's pretty straight by my standards. I might go SX out just a little bit. Oh, actually, we have an exact measurement. Yeah, we can just follow this exact measurement. It's that right there, that angle. That's pretty close. I'll take it. If you decide to play the game and see that that looks bad, cool. Hey, Beryl, what's going on? Beryl, I'm exhausted. So that's just the mood today, is tired. We are facing a huge crisis in Brazil, and our president is a bad person. Climate change is happening. I mean, it snowed in Brazil. It feels like we're facing the end of the humankind. Yeah, I would say that that's probably not a very productive way to look at the world. And that's not to, like, dismiss your feelings or, like, say that they're not legitimate, because there are, like, genuinely bad things going on. But, like, one, there is a fear of the world changing that has existed since the dawn of time. You can look at old writing from people when the printing press was invented, and people were writing the exact same kinds of sentences that you're writing right now 200, 300, 1,000 years ago. Like, there have been people who have been scared that the world is going to end in every generation of every timeline of every iteration of the world. And I'm not saying that like, oh, your feelings are not valid, because obviously they are. Like, if you feel that way, that's scary. But for me, I get a sense of peace knowing like, okay, it's normal to feel this way. Like, and you know, I'm sure the world will end one day, right? Like, we're a living species and life is crazy and there's chaos and things go extinct. That's just the way of the world. But if people felt the same way you do now, 1,000 years ago, I don't think the world's going to end tomorrow. Like, those feelings are, those feelings have just been there forever. So it's not saying that it won't happen, but it's probably not going to happen soon. And what will cause it is definitely not going to be like the corruption of man. Like, people being bad people are not going to destroy the world, because realistically, bad people make up a minority of the Earth's population. As hard as that is to believe, that's definitely been my experience. So I wouldn't stress as much as you can handle to not stress. Obviously, that's just a person saying, hey, don't stress. But I don't think you should, because I don't think it's that bad. I think the world is okay. I think the real, like, the real junk of it, the real junk of it is the world is neither good nor bad. It's just like slightly annoying. I don't know if that's like an appropriate way to say it. Like, everything in the world is just a little like, eh. And that, that sucks to some degree, but like, it's not the end of the world in my mind. So it can't be that bad. But I would argue, as much as you can help it, try and picture that the world is definitely not ending, because it didn't end the last time people said the world was ending, and it didn't end the time before that when people said the world was ending, so on and so forth. So it's unlikely that it would be this time. That's a good looking treasure chest, actually. As somebody who suffers from like deep depression and existential dread, I totally get where you're coming from. It's hard to imagine like things just like working and being good and balance in the world. But if you can't force yourself to believe in that, I think it's just going to be like a hard journey, I think you got to learn to do that. Otherwise, you're just going to be like upset about it all the time, which guilty as charged. There are days where I go to bed and like I'm like moments away from going to sleep, and I'm like, man, the world is messed up. And I just get stuck in that. And I can't think about anything else for hours, and I'm just awake. And, that's a nightmare, right? That's like not great, but I don't think that's true. When I really stop and think about it, I don't think that's actually like the way that the world is processed. Hey, Chaos! Chaos, do you think the world is going to end? How do you feel about the whole world ending thing? Welcome to the stream. Do you think the world's going to end? Okay, I know that's not funny, but like, the energy was great. Is there a new one I don't know about? That's a cool little take. I like that take. Aristotle said young people are self-centered and stupid, and they cannot be trusted to uphold society for the future, yet we exist 3 millennia later. We're still here. You hope I'm right? I mean, Beryl just gave us some compelling evidence towards that. I agree. That's a great quote. It is gonna end one way or another. Yeah, that's basically what I was saying. It will end one day, but that day I don't think is soon. I think we got quite a little bit of time left. But that doesn't mean that you should legitimize your feelings of dread. Like, It's kind of hard to tell people stuff like this because this is how I talk to myself. So, oh, my camera's really high, by the way. Hold on. This is how I talk to myself in my head. So maybe this is going to sound a little rude or weird. So if this sounds weird, I apologize. But here's how I talk to myself. Whenever I get really upset and I'm like, the world's going to end and, you know, like humanity is doomed, and I start getting into stuff like that, I just start going like, okay, then what am I going to do about it? Like, if I don't want that, right, I don't want the world to blow up tomorrow. What the heck am I going to do about it? And usually the manifestation of that is I go get a shopping bag, I tie it around my belt, I go out to my local park, and I go pick up trash. And then I go to the grocery store, and I try to smile at as many people as I can to make people feel like the world's not going to end. And I think that's how I deal with it. So I like try to manifest the energy that the world is not going to end for myself. I think that's how I deal with dread, the dread design as we call it. So that's not me trying to tell anybody anything. I'm just that's what I literally do to myself as a psychopath. So I don't know. I hope that helps. I hope that makes you feel slightly better about the world. There's some dude in Florida who goes around and collects trash at a park that nobody respects. But the park's very clean. You can thank me. You can thank me for a nice clean park that everyone likes to go jogging at. I'm a weird little woodland spirit that walks around and takes care of the world. And you know what? It's a role I've always played. And it's a role I like playing. Alright. Let's focus in on just a little bit. Okay. I think we can optimize just a little bit. My brain is not in overdrive today. I'm going to say it 1,000 times. I am tired. But we are here just hanging out, just doing our thing, and I am just focused on making a nice little chest. Not every hero wears a cape. This hero wears a Publix bag tied around his belt. Honestly? Man, if you want to feel good about yourself, go pick up trash. Like, not even being selfless, not even being like, oh, the world and blah, 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 blah. Like, not even doing that. Just like, makes me feel cool. Florida man goes cleaning a local park like a freaking maniac. Yeah, honestly. This is very egotistical. I don't know why I'm talking about myself. I mean, I guess I'm the streamer, so talking about myself, I can't really talk about you all because you're not here to do that for yourself. But just to put it out there, I do derive some like weird sick pleasure from being like a giant man, just like a huge giant man, and people are always a little like weird around me, and just being like, yeah, I'm picking up trash. Like, I don't know, I derive weird pleasure from that. What's up, Junie? Junie, how do you feel about the world? What are your opinions on the great world that we live in? Great world that we live in. Speaking of the world and whether people are doing okay or not, there's this guy in my neighborhood who has taken, who is taken to riding his dirt bike up and down our neighborhood. And we live right next to the trail I was just talking about. We live right next to a forest. It's like, go ride your dirt bike in the dirt. It's the whole point. The whole idea of the thing that you possess and pay money for. It's very weird, and it's annoying because he's just like gunning it down our neighborhood. You used to pick me up a lot when we were kids because I was so little. Did I miss a comment? How did we get there? How did we get from What did I miss? Was it? Oh, it was because I said I was big. It's because I said I was a large man. Yes, 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 yes. I understand. This is true. This is true. I have been known to pick people up. This is a quality of my actions. Okay, so looking at this, I've messed this up. I've messed this up. So let's go ahead and try and fix it. Let's see if I can fix this on my own. This is going to be weird. How are we going to solve this? You know what? I need to extrude it straight. I can't extrude along normals. I have to extrude it straight. So let's do an extrusion along X. Global X. You think coronavirus messed with your head? I think that happened to a lot of people, so I get that. You know, I don't know what coronavirus has done for me. I don't know, like, where I'm at with that sort of stuff. It is interesting. It's like, it's been a bizarre journey so far. Also, man, I messed this up. You mean you think you were messed up before, but whatever? Hey, man, whatever. We're all messed up in some way. We all got weird stuff in us. Everyone is selfish. Everybody is manipulative. Everybody is gluttonous and lustful in their own way. There's nothing wrong with that. It's just a matter of meshing with people. Anybody who walks up and says that they're like selfless or stable or okay, I'm like, I don't trust you. You're not human. Fun fact, despite the name, forklifts are terrible at picking up forks. All right, Beryl. I'm going to start giving out like a dad award every day, and you get the dad award. Congratulations. You are today's dad. You get to be today's dad. Hey, Chaos, thank you. Chaos, how have you been lately? Not to distract you from your work or whatever you're up to. But how you been? Oh, gotta love the water. Okay, we're gonna do that. Just got back from visiting family. Okay, I don't know how much of your private life I'm allowed to talk about on stream. But I know that there was something going on with your family. Are they doing okay? Okay, so let's go ahead and push this back. I need to focus. What time is it? It's 40 minutes. Focus, focus, focus. It's just going to be a sleepy day all day, I'll tell you that. But we are going to do our best to focus. There we go. A padlock? Wait, there's still 10-minute speed sketches? I was supposed to take that away. I was supposed to make that not a thing anymore. But I'll do it. That sounds nice. Let me go ahead and I'm going to take 5 minutes to put the thing that the padlock goes on real quick, and then I'll make your padlock. No problem. I planned on making a padlock anyway, so thanks. Thank you for doing that. Now, the question is, how minimal can I get this? No one seems to have COVID, thankfully, but a family member that keeps playing down what's wrong because they don't want to worry about people, keeps playing down what's wrong. Got it. I agree. That's a scary thing when people pretend to be okay. That's where you end up with situations where people sort of just like bubble up and go like, everything's wrong. And you're like, where'd this come from? Why? That's stressful. I've dealt with that a lot in my life, and that is a stressful position to be in, because toxic positivity. I've never heard it said like that before. It's almost, what's the one where people fabricate illness to get attention? Is that Munchausen, or is Munchausen people that are on the watch list? Is it Munchausen syndrome? What are we talking about? That's the one where people fake being sick to go to the hospital and get attention, especially like parents. Parents do it to get their kids. It's also a bit of denial, like if she doesn't acknowledge it's bad and it's not bad. Yeah, definitely. Anyway, the point of what I'm saying is there's a thing. There's a thing where people fake illnesses to get attention. Or they what's really scary about it is that they actually believe they have the illness. They like genuinely convince themselves of it and form symptoms because of the placebo effect. And it's scary. It's like damaging. And it sounds like the absolute reverse of that. Which, no, you know what? I'm going to stop there. I'm not going to, because I was about to say something positive about it, but it's not a positive thing at all. People shouldn't be doing that. So, yeah. That's my opinions on that. I think at the end of the day, you should try and solve all of your problems on your own. And if it's clear that you can't solve it on your own, go to a doctor. Just go to a doctor. Just flat out. Wikipedia, hypochondriasis and hypochondria is a condition in which a person excessively and unduly worrying about a serious illness. It's not that. It's another one, and it manifests a lot in parents of children. So parents, what's up, Simo? Parents will take their kids to the hospital for something super small and then like smile, and they'll be brimming, and they'll be like, I got to take the day off of work. Like that kind of stuff. Munchausen syndrome is a rare type of mental disorder where a patient fakes illness to gain attention and sympathy. That's the one. All right, let's make a padlock. It's not the screen I meant to click. Okay, we want a classic old padlock. There you go. That is a little more complicated than what I want to make today. I could make an easy one, I know, but let's just look at old. Let's look at like a pirate padlock. Munchausen by proxy, yes, is the parent one. Thank you. Chaos, thank you for the knowledge. Very appreciated. These are all fake replicas. I guess pirate is like not the best way to say it. Medieval? I always spell medieval wrong because it's a word that makes literally no sense. Okay, so we're going to throw some studs on here. Your father has that? Do you want to give us more details, or is that a sensitive topic? If it's sensitive, please don't. You're good. All's well. I kind of love these weird, like, barrel locks, but I think that's not what we're doing. They're so cool looking, though. Oh, but it doesn't make sense, because you're not going to know what it is. I need to communicate an idea to people. That's the whole point of 3D modeling. You're communicating an idea. It's not real. I don't get to make custom weird stuff unless I'm an expert, and we're working our way towards that, but I'm not there yet. What's next? I think we're just going to do a simple padlock, if I'm being perfectly honest. Let's do this heart one. I like this one. This one's cool. Let's do this. Let's do a weird little heart padlock, because why not? Okay, so we're back here. I feel pretty comfortable with our chest, if I'm being perfectly honest. I think it looks not bad. So, a padlock. Padlocks are mostly unchanged during history to some degree. I feel like this is marginally different than like what we have now. Okay, so we want to use a cylinder. Today I found out that my job is actually more akin to lead artist art director rather than 3D artist, which means way more responsibility than I thought, but the same pay. Thank you for the save. Yeah, small company. That's small company logic for you. That's how small companies operate. Is, hey, you're actually way more responsible than you're supposed to be, and we're not going to pay you for it. But to play devil's advocate, if you like the job, or if you're willing to work the job for a little bit, that's a free promotion in another company. You say, yeah, I was lead artist. Just ask my boss. And what's your boss going to do? Lie? I mean, I guess they could, but like, you basically like faked it into the position and you have like a higher degree as a result of it. Yeah, that's how I got a lot of the stuff that I did professionally for a while. I landed a gig with a company that really took advantage of me. It was really unfortunate. It was a really bad company. But they basically made me an executive of their tiny little company. They didn't make me an executive, but I was the tier down from executive. And so I got to get away with a lot of weird stuff. And when it came time to apply for new jobs, which I did, I got to be like, yeah, I was the man. And I genuinely had a lot of cool experiences in that job, like despite how not cool it was. Like I got to do like interviews with really like prominent members of our community and stuff like that. I got to meet a lot of people who were quote unquote way above me. So it worked out in kind of a cool way, but it was not a fun period of time. Normally when he is facing something that he doesn't want to face, he gets ill. That's Munchausen, for sure. Being a lead in a job can give you some interesting experiences for sure. Yeah, it's just a weird place to be in. Yeah, I'll get 10 years of experience in 6 months. Yeah, that's true. That's very true. In a sick, twisted kind of way, that's true. Okay. Let's go ahead and pop ourselves up a little bit of guys here. One, two, three. And we'll pop all those straight on up using, hello, please. Using global Z. I wish global was turned on by default. I don't know why it's not. Like, I get maybe it's not what you're supposed to do, but like, please, just give me global. I was lead massage therapist for a while, and so I was a liaison between corporate area and our spa and some stuff. What a crazy word liaison is. I love that word. Liaison is the most like anime word in the English language. How about 5 years of experience on a program that came out 2 years ago? Yeah. Yep. I know that one. That's super weird when people do stuff like that. Let's go ahead and dissolve those edges and make this just a little bit... Actually, we can just go full flat, right? It's flat on there. I don't mind one bit. I kind of want to do this. Hello? That didn't work. Kind of want to do... Because it's rounded a little bit. Yeah, it is rounded. I just want to be a colorist or a line artist person. Chaos, what is your... what's your outlook on your future? What do you want to do? You're definitely one of the biggest enigmas in chat to me. I feel like I get everyone. I don't really get you, Chaos. Not that I have to get you. Not that that's the goal or anything. But just out of a sick, twisted curiosity. I don't know. What do you want to be? What's your thing? It's okay if you don't know that as well. I like when job applications ask how many years of a skill you have in Microsoft Office, and you're like, I've been using it my whole life. Yeah. I get that. You don't really know yourself? That makes sense. Nothing wrong with that. Okay, so I'm supposed to be done in 4 minutes. So let's be done in 4 minutes. Let's go real fast. Now, I don't love the bevel doing that angle right there, but we'll go ahead and do like a little bit more here. There we go. Oh, a 0 angle does it. Oh, that's it. I should be using 0 angles like way more. LibreOffice. I also use LibreOffice. I like LibreOffice. LibreOffice is lovely. It's a great program. Okay, there we go. There's that. Let's go ahead and pop a hole on in here. We got a flumph. Wait, did the flumph command not trigger? Oh, I gotta redo the flumph. Oh, and I didn't do the heist stuff. Where's even my notes? Oh, I hid my notes. No wonder. Okay, I will add that flumph command. I meant to add that flumph command last time. I don't know why I forgot. So you just tell me what you want the flumph command to be, and I will do it. I think it totally escaped my mind. Wow, that looks not good. Let's go ahead and try and fix that. Let's go ahead and do that, and that, and that. Whoa. Yo, what is going on? What in the world is going on here? Let's go ahead and loop tool circle and loop tool circle. Oh, I see. I see what happened. We're back. I expressed my concerns about my employer, and he was like, oh, you're doing a good job, so I don't really have to stress about it if I mess up. Not really my fault then. Weird. Yeah, that's startup culture, for sure. I'd be a little careful around that. Not that you need to be, like, you know, cautious and... Like, it's probably fine, and it's good if it's fine. Like, you want it to be fine, obviously. But I'd be a little careful around that attitude. That attitude makes me a little scared. Okay, I like that command. I will add that just as soon as I'm done with the speed sketch. Okay. Boom. There he is. And I have 1 minute to finish this, so yeah, we're totally gonna finish. Okay, so let's do this. Let's actually try. Let me pop on a Taurus. In fact, I'm just gonna copy this guy. Copy paste, bring you up. We're going to rotate you by 90. And rotate you by 90. You ever like... So I wear these headphones every day. Often. I'm often on my computer and these are my headphones. And every now and again my ear is just like, I don't like these headphones anymore. Please stop wearing them. It's like, where'd this come from? Like, why? What are you upset about? Just all of a sudden, my ear's like, nope, 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 please stop. Get them off. You know what? No, I can't do that. It's fine as is. Let's go ahead and pull this guy up. And we're going to grab just you and extend you down. And now we're going to grab the whole thing and we're going to skinny it. I get headset rage, especially in the summer. Can't stand it sometimes. About the same with socks. I get that. Big time get that. I hate wearing socks. I hate wearing socks. Actually, I've come around to socks a little bit more lately. But traditionally, I hate wearing socks. But I keep my room cold during streams because my computer heats up. Because I live in like the prehistoric rainforest of Florida. So you have to like keep things a little cool, otherwise your stuff gets burned. And I keep it extra cold during stream. So I gotta wear socks. Otherwise I get even more sneezy than I already am. Fun fact, that's why I sneeze so much on stream, is because the temperature around me changes constantly. You go outside and it's 100 degrees, and you go inside and it's 70 degrees, and you're just like, ugh. Do you like scarves? All right, well, the speed sketch is over, and I'm going to say that's not bad for 10 minutes. That's not the worst thing I've ever seen for 10 minutes. I own one scarf. I received it when I was a child from my mother. It is a very precious little artifact to me. I wore it all the time during college, and I was that weirdo that wore a weird scarf around college. Weirdo's kind of the name of the energy. And what it is a Wales football scarf. So yeah, I got a Simru, however you pronounce it, a Simru scarf. And it reminds me of my mom, who I love dearly. So this is my little artifact of my mom that I keep in my closet. I haven't worn it in years, so this is my first time wearing it in like 5 years. It's clean though, so no difference. So I guess we'll be wearing a scarf now. So you're welcome for that. Or thank you for that, or whichever way this is supposed to go. Okay, let's go ahead and finish this actual lock. This is going to be lock. Padlock. We're going to call it padlock. Just so it's like a little distinct when we look through the list really quickly of what we're making. And this is going to be called lock. Padlock mech is what I'm going to call it. Okay, so we got a padlock and we got a padlock mechanism. Let's go down. There we go. And that looks good to me. I mean, it's not a perfect looking lock, but it'll do. It gets the job done. All right. That will be just fine for us. You like it? Well, thank you. I kind of like it too. It's kind of my style. It's got a weird look to it. You can't wear it with color. But luckily for everybody, including myself, I wear almost exclusively gray. So it fits. It's not like a hard thing for me to pull off. We're going to go ahead and fatten this thing up one more time. Whoa. Do you like football? No. I do not. Where is shrink? Why can't I shrink or fatten this thing? Edit. Oh, there it is. Alt S. I'll try and keep that in mind. I do not really like sports. I played sports growing up. I like playing sports. I enjoy competing, but I don't really enjoy watching sports too much. It's kind of boring. I'm a very interactive person. That's why I play video games. That's why I like making art. I don't like. I really don't like going like that guy over there is doing that, and I'm proud of them. Like, I I don't know. If I went to football games regularly, like if I was somebody that went to football games every Sunday or whatever, I would inevitably become like a streaker or something. Like I'd want to be on the field somehow doing something, and inevitably I'd like turn into a streaker. Like that's like the only like logical place that my brain could want to take that. So for the sake of not getting arrested, no, I don't do football stuff. Okay, so this is going to be fun. How are we going to make this work? This is going to be a challenge. The only time I care for sports is when the World Cup is happening. That's very fair. I just want a lot of people care. I like the Olympics. I like the Olympics because the Olympics are kind of weird, right? The people who are in the Olympics are kind of quirky and kind of interesting. And the events that they're doing are very, like, contained. Like, I don't have to sit and watch a 4-hour... I don't know how long sports normally take. I don't have to sit and watch a 2-hour-long game to understand, like, whoa, that person beat, like, a world record. That person has been battling this thing and finally beat it. Like, I don't need to have a bunch of context to be able to understand the Olympics. The Olympics, you can just kind of watch and be like, yeah, this is great. This is dope. I like that. Big fan of that. Big old fan of that. Also, I'm going to make one of the bigger mistakes in my life right here, but I think it's going to be good in the end. We're going to go ahead and try and loop cut circle this thing and hope that this works. Not bad. Okay, so let's go orthographic real quick, and I'm going to control... Yeah. Okay, not bad. Not bad at all. Can't be too mad about that one. Okay, let's make sure that that works. It does not work. And the reason it does not work is because these guys are too big or too close together, I think. Which is a bother. So let's get rid of this. Just you. Get rid of these two. I feel like that should solve a lot of our worldly issues. We'll do the same thing right here. I have a distinct feeling it's going to be Magic Pingle next. I don't know why. It is not. Okay, so why is our thing broken? Try auto smooth? Okay, I appreciate that. So auto smooth fixes that part, but doesn't fix this part. Let's go ahead and do a little bit of this. Shade smooth first. Okay. It is shaded smooth. The problem is there's a bevel modifier on here. GG. I saw it. I saw the moment. Okay, so that's going to be 0.2, and we're going to do the exact same thing if I control it. Negative 0.2. There we go. You just turned it off? No, I know I turned the auto smooth off, but what I'm focused on is the bevel. I don't care about the auto smooth. That doesn't matter. I'm going to go ahead and remove half of these guys. Oh, there we go. Bevel's back. Bevel's back. There he is. And now we're going to go ahead and remove our auto smooth. And I'm going to say that is okay. She's not great. She could use a little bit of love, if I'm being perfectly honest. But she'll be fine. So I'm not going to worry about the lock anymore. What I really want to be doing is focusing on this keyhole and allowing it to work right there, and push that on in. There we go. Done deal. Does it look crazy? Yes, it looks bad. We're going to go ahead and change that to like a 45, and by 45 I mean a 30, and by 30 I mean a 60. No, this is going to be one of those weird examples. We're probably going to subsurface this later. I don't love this lock. I went way too quick on it, obviously, but that's going to be fine. What I really want to need to do is focus on what comes next. So let's make some coins. So. We want to go ahead and say padlock is done. Treasure chests, we'll note it up real quick. Go ahead and pull that down. I need to change the size on that. That was the one thing I didn't do while I was editing everything. So we got a chest. Chest of oak, because sure. A little bit of oak works for me. I'm going to lower that distortion down quite a bit. We're going to put a little bit more of the dark value in here. That looks pretty good. Next up, we're going to go slot 2, and we're going to go to here, and I'm going to go ahead and select our slot 2. So let's go ahead and grab all of you, grab all of you, grab all of you. This is going to take forever. This is going to take a small investment of time. Was there a way that I could have done this a little bit easier? Probably. Let's see if that worked. Oh, it totally worked. Oh, that solved my problem big time. Okay, easy. That's how we're going to do it. We're going to do that, and then we're going to do the flats. So that. Hey, happy Labor Day. Hopefully it's your first paid holiday, Simo. Honestly. And that looks bigger than 1 millimeter. Okay, I was waiting for somebody to ask me about the 1 millimeter. Do you know why it's a 1 millimeter treasure room? Anybody want to take a guess why it's a 1 millimeter treasure room? Silken, you're the one. No, but I'm hoping for a glorious pun. It's not a pun, it's just a little witty remark. It fits on my NVMe drive. It fits on my little tiny drive. So regardless of how big this thing is physically, it takes up like 40 megabytes or something. I don't actually know how big 3D files are by default. I go through and sift them pretty often, but I purge that information from my brain as often as I can. Okay, so I have been asked the age-old question. Mr. Six is trying to hook me up with his mom, is what I gather from this. Am I seeing somebody right now? No. No, I am not. I am just living my own life, just being free. I probably will not be seeing somebody for quite a little while. I don't think it's my energy right now. I think I'm focused on what I'm doing. You know, usually when you stop caring and you're like, oh, I don't care, whatever, somebody just like pops up and shows up in your life. So, I mean, it's possible, but I don't think I'm at a place where I'm like ready for that. Single and not ready to mingle? Yeah, it is. You've said it. That's it. That's me. You've got it. Couldn't be more on the nose with that one. Okay. Boom. Look at that. Mr. Six's mom raised a good kid. Maybe you can be pen pals and send each other cookies. My inclination is to make this weird. So I'm going to refrain. My inclination was to make that weird. Okay, let's go ahead and make this actually like silver. The rust is maybe a little too much. Thanks, Dad. That's some nice wood, but the side piece seems off. Yeah, it's a little swirly. Maybe we'll look to solve that in just a moment here. Okay, so there's that, and we're going to lower the saturation of the rust as well, because it doesn't need to be the most, like, aggressive rust you've ever seen. There we go. That looks pretty good to me, and that's going to be our rusty little metal for the time being. And the one thing I'm going to add is the roughness. Why does it look like that? The roughness is a little bit more than I would like. Let's go ahead and lower that. Oh. What? Okay, sure. We'll do it just like that. That'll do. Okay, let's look at the wood. I'm with you on the wood. Let's do the wood. So, the wood is determined by roughness patterns. If I bring it to 0, we have this. You know what? If I double down my 6, that's how I should have been doing this to begin with. There we go. That works. Oh, that's a much better way of doing my wood, too. I should have been doing that the whole time. And the bottom is a flat burl. Yeah, I like that. One thing I'm going to do is lower the distortion down. There we go. I appreciate the criticism, Silken. That helped a lot. This is why we always stay open to criticism. This is why this stuff matters. Okay, cool. Let's go ahead and do the exact same thing here. So we're going to go ahead and make you oak. And we're going to go ahead and grab one more. Come back to main. We already have everything selected that we wanted to, so we're just going to add 1, 2, 3, and 4. I've got your 6. Wow, it's been said. Never criticize someone that isn't open to it? Absolutely. There is a very big difference between brutal honesty and being honest. And you gotta be honest. You gotta let people know what's going on. But you also gotta know where people are coming from when you say things. There we go. Look at that. Look at that. Okay, the lid looks bad. The lid looks kind of terrible. The lid does not look good. We'll get there. I'm going to get a little too distracted with stuff, by the way. Oh, and for everybody, don't forget to join the raffle if you want to try and add a valuable of your own creation to this little setup here. You will be putting something in the chest if you win the raffle. So if that interests you, go for it. Okay, that looks not bad. This doesn't do both, does it? No. This looks good. Okay, that looks bad. Now it looks good. Look at that. Like, it's a little blocky. It's a little too, like, on the nose for me, but it's nice. It looks good. So, here's what we're going to do. We're going to do the nice, simple, easy thing where we're going to put a little shelf in here. I'm going to fill the shelf. That is going to be our stepping stone. In fact, I'm even going to bring it higher. I really want a very small cross section here. Sir? What? SZ. Oh, I'm scaling. My bad. GZ. There we go. There we go. That'll do. So we just have a little shelf. There's a reason I'm putting that shelf there. We can delete this. We can delete the circle. I think we can honestly delete the chest. And we have these gemstones. So, of these gemstones, I'm going to say this guy is one of my favorites, although he's really yellow. Why are you so yellow? Object, set origin to geometry, and let's go ahead and grab you and place you in the chest somewhere. So we're going to place that somewhere that it'll not roll too much, is the goal. Maybe a little bit smaller as well, and I don't know why it's so yellow looking. Why are you yellow? Like a gross, weird yellow color. So we're going to fix that yellow first. That's A number 1 on my list. Why are you yellow? Oh, it has an emissive. Oh, because I was doing something weird about... yes. I put emissives on these things. There we go. Now he's back to normal. It's the wood reflecting? No, I put an emission on it. We were doing something weird. What I was doing is I was making all the gems pulse like a color. And it, I don't know, it was a weird vibe. There we go. Now we got a nice sparkly little boy that has some facing on him. A little bit of a rainbow man. Look how beautiful that looks. Holy cow. So I want him. Like, he's the best. This guy is the absolute best right here. I think I might lower the scale, if I'm being perfectly honest. When is something weird not being done here? Honestly. There is method to the madness. There is reason to what I'm doing, I promise. It doesn't seem that way, but there is. Okay, so who's left? We got this purple thing that I hate. We got this green thing, which again, you know what? Let's go to 0 real quick. We're going to remove keyframes. Well, that doesn't do anything. Let's go ahead and say emission is nothing. We got some jade. What else do we have? We have the black. You're done. We don't like you. We got some pearl. That looks lovely. We're going to use this pearl for sure. We got some ruby, which I will put into a cool little thing. Oh, I love that ruby. And we have some sapphire, which we made for Saf, because Saf is the sapphire person of chat. I think I miss falling in love. It's like feeling so much alive. I get that. I totally get that. I think that's a very noble way of looking at the world. I'm gonna run out of time. I'm gonna run out of time if I don't pay enough attention. Focus. Yeah, love is a weird thing, isn't it? Love's a real weird thing. Love's nice. I don't want to belittle love. I'm not trying to say love's bad or anything like that. Like, love is wonderful, and everybody should fall in love if they want to. Love's just weird, you know? It's a weird little... It's an impossible little mess that you get yourself stuck in. And then you don't know what to do with yourself. And I think love, in my experience, is very difficult to navigate fairly. Which doesn't mean that it shouldn't be pursued, right? Like, making art is not the grade A path to making money, but that doesn't mean that people shouldn't make art. Just because art makes less money than being a lawyer doesn't mean everybody should give up art. If you like it, you should make art. And I think that's how love works, right? Love is, if you enjoy it, which I think most people do, I think. I don't know how other people feel. But if you like it, then you should pursue it. And so I think love is that, like, love is the art form for common folk, and common folk is all of us. I'm not talking down to anybody, but like, love is the art that everybody practices. That is the natural human art form. So missing it makes a lot of sense. Look at that little diamond boy. Okay, I like you. You look really good. Here is the last little thing that we got to think about with this guy. We got to take the reflections and make them look crazy, and we got to put a bunch of random color on this, and we got to make this like see-through. So, first things first. Let's go ahead and add the give ourselves... What is happening? What am I looking at? Why is this not working? Diamond, displacement. I think I may have fried my brain. Why isn't this working? Wait, are we in cycles? We've been in cycles, because the save file that I loaded was in cycles, and I've been working as if I've been working in Eevee this whole time. Okay. Okay. No wonder things were weird. Love is complicated? Yeah, but it's worth pursuing. Love's a very cool thing. We like love. Even if it is difficult. Let's do that. Oh, there we go. There we go. There he is. Boom. Okay, that melted my brain. That was very hard to understand what was going on. But there he is. So let's put a little bit of rainbow on this guy. So I'm going to grab you. We're going to grab this. Mr. Six, what does the dating scene look like for you where you are? Ooh, look at that bad boy. Oh man, we gotta lower some blend values to make it feel a little bit more akin to what we had on the other one. There we go. Oh, that's gorgeous. Okay, 0.15 should be good. Yeah, that's it. Done. Diamond. We got a diamond. That's okay. What's your love life look like? What have you been up to? Are you going out? Are you meeting people? Are you talking to people? Are you putting yourself out there for people to fall in love with you as they're going to? I'm going to put a Vernoy on here, and I have a weird feeling about how this is going to work. I'm going to put on Vernoy with no randomness. And we're going to define it by object data. This is a weird idea. I don't know if this is going to work. Reflection data might be what we want. UV data I definitely don't want. Oh, there we go. Let's up that to 20. Does not work. No. I should? Yeah, get out there. Go do something. Go join a club. Go join a club. Go say hi to people. Go put yourself out there. Go pick up trash at your local parks. Do something, you know? And that way you'll meet people. Okay, you know what? Screw all that. We're going to keep it just like this. This is fine. That's my diamond. Done. Now we got to make the coins. The coins are the thing that I'm like the most concerned with. Very small diamond. Very small diamond. And we're going to put them right in a pocket back here. You know what? Actually, we should take this diamond and push him up. And we should take you and push you up. And now we got to be very careful with how we do this last little bit. Okay, here's what I need to do. This is going to get weird. This is going to get real weird real quick. Make a cylinder. And we want the lowest possible geometry that we can stomach. 16. No, it's got to be 18 for me. It's going to be 18, not 19. It's going to be 18 for me. We're going to push this guy up. We're going to bring it down. So we're looking at 20 faces. A very clean, small 20 faces. And we got it there. And we can go ahead and make it a little bit wider. Trying to think how I've met all of the people that I've dated in my life. For the most part, it's been through school, work, and friends of school and work. That's predominantly how I've met everybody. But I also am kind of a shut-in. And when I go out, I usually wear headphones. So if somebody wanted to talk to me, too bad. Don't talk to me. So I think just keeping yourself open is really the goal here. There we go. That's how we're going to do this. We're going to do it just like this. And I should be able to just copy this, push you on over, copy you, and push you on up. The last time I felt in love was 2018. It didn't work out. Since then, I've been a little cautious, and also COVID. You heal however you got to heal. There's no harm in that. If you need time to like get ready for people, there's nothing wrong with that. Nobody can be upset at that. Okay, so we're gonna do that by 3. We're gonna do another one by 3 on the Y. There we go. And then we're gonna do a Z. Ezekiel. We'll say 1.2. No. We will say 3. That'll work. Okay, here we go. Here's where I blow up my computer. We're gonna need a lot of this, if I'm being perfectly honest. So that's 4 times this. So let's go ahead and call this coins. I think I'm done healing. It's time to get hurt again. Oh, come on now. I think you're fine. You're socializing. You're hanging out with us. You're being cool. I think you're good to go. You just do whatever seems best for you. Okay, so here's what we got to do. We got to go ahead and grab this. Make a little floor for ourselves. I mean, I'll say the saddest thing anyone's ever heard. It's probably not even close to the saddest thing anyone's ever heard because it's probably true for a lot of us. This is like the most social exposure I've gotten in a long time. Like, streaming is really where I get most of my social, like, stuff. And I'm not sad about that. Like, that's cool for me. I like that. It's a really, like, easy way to process the world. Okay, so first things first, we need to grab these coins. And we need to add physics to them. So we're going to make these guys rigid bodies, active, convex hull. Sure, that'll work. And then this is going to be a rigid body passive. This is going to be a rigid body passive, and both of these have to be mesh. And I think that's it for what we're doing here. I'm going to save right here. We're going to go ahead and apply our arrays. We're going to go to edit, grab all of it, and separate by loose parts. Now we have a ton of coins. And now I'm going to keep all of them selected and set origin to geometry. Here we go. Okay, so we're definitely going to blow up our computer today. On this day, we will be blowing up our computer. I'm watching for frame drops. I'm watching for CPU usage. It seems like we're doing okay. It's just going slow, which I'm okay with. Oh, there's only 60 frames. My bad. Let's go ahead and make this like 600 because I think this is going to take a little while. Okay. So we're just watching. We just want the coins to go nuts. Go everywhere. We'll go ahead and delete like the weird scraps later. I'll go ahead and clean up the mess when the mess is done. It's actually not going that slow. I meant to make the floor a passive object as well, so I'm going to do that real quick. I hate to redo this thing, but I think it's going to be absolutely important that we do this. So let's do that. And we'll run it one more time, and it's just going to take its sweet time, and we're all just hanging out. And I'm going to throw some gems in here. So I have a piece of opal, a diamond. I'm going to make a couple of pieces of jade. I guess I have to make a ruby and a sapphire, since I already made the textures. What else? And I guess whatever anybody gets for the speed sketch, or the raffle. I should stop calling it a speed sketch. It's an hour long. It's definitely not a speed sketch. We'll see. Also, I need to decouple this scarf a little bit. It's a little hot. All right. Let's do this thing. Come on, guys. You got it. Push through. I kind of wanted the coins to go everywhere, but I don't know if they're going to. I also don't know if you can, like, pick an object up and move it while it's doing this. I feel like that's a no-go. Oh, she gave up. She doesn't want to go any further. Okay, you know what? We need to go back to 1, I think. Let's undo this real quick. Okay, so we're back to modifiers. Well, that didn't work as much as we wanted it to, but I have a new plan. So, let's go ahead and grab... Let's grab this and throw a passive rigid body on it. This is passive, that's passive, this is active. Okay, perfect. We got exactly what we want. Let's go 1.1 on some of these measurements so we can make a few more interactions between them. Especially since they have this shape. This shape should help a lot. We're going to lower this count down a lot. And instead, I'm going to raise these guys up quite a bit. So let's do like this. And we're going to have them spill over the edges as much as we can. So that's 10. That looks perfect. And this is pretty perfect. Okay, so we have significantly more coins, but they're distributed out a little bit better. So I'm going to take this and bring it down to like a 6, I think. That should be all right. And it has the correct stuff. Yes, it has a rigid body. It's good. Surface response, friction, bounciness. Let's add a little bit of bounce. I hope that doesn't ruin things. Press save. And then we will go ahead and apply. We're going to cross our fingers. This one should work. I think this one should also process a little faster once it actually lands. But that could just be wishful thinking on my part, so we'll go ahead and see. Set origin to geometry and let her rip. Beyblade, Beyblade. Come on, you got it. Oh, real quick, stop the animation. Before we get too lost in it, we got to go ahead and up this frame count to 400 because it doesn't even go all the way to 600. And we go. Okay, please work. Please do your job. It hates it. It hates what it's doing right now. I mean, we're going. Slowly. This is my favorite video game, honestly. Just watching physics renders. Okay. We got some movement. Oh, don't coast out. You need to fall on each other. You need to domino a little bit more than that. I don't love what's happening here. So I'm actually going to remove a few of these guys. I hate having to run this multiple times, but honestly, it's a requirement. Also, I don't know if this worked. Passive mesh. It did work. That's weird. Okay, we're going to remove one of you and one of you. Now we should have it like this. And I honestly think 6 is too much, so we'll stick with 4. Save, apply, apply, apply. And let's go to edit, separate by loose parts, go to object, grab set origin, and let's do this. Please work. Please work. At least it's going faster. This is it. Come on. Come on, baby. I wonder if I could have added like pressure pushing against them or something. That would have been nice to have. Oh, we only have 60 frames, which is a shame because it looks like it's not going to work anyway, but we'll let them kind of drift and do their weird stuff. They're doing really weird stuff. What are they doing? I'm going to lose my mind. Oh, please just work. Please just work. Okay, so let's add less friction. Let's add no bounciness. Let's do even less friction. Let's go. Let's make these things made out of butter. These things are going to be made out of butter for us. Okay. Please. Please do it. I only have 20 minutes and I need this to work. Boom. And we go to origin and we say go. You got it. Cool. I appreciate that. Just playing with physics. Just trying to get it to do what we want. I think I went back to my original measurement, by the way, which I don't love that I accidentally did that. Although, it's looking kind of good here. It's going to do 60 frames again. Oh, but it looked perfect. That's it. I think we're here. I think we're here. Oh, sorry. My bad. 400. Oh, I think we're perfect. Oh, I think we're perfect. Let them settle into whatever scheme they want to settle into. That is it. That's pretty good. We're cheating a little bit. I'm going to cheat on this just a little bit. So we're going to have to cover up a few pieces here. I think they're settled. I'm going to call it there. Now, here is an issue. Nice one, Red Boy. Is that an Ed, Edd and Eddy reference? Here's the problem with this. It is not filling everything the way we need it to fill. So let's do our best to fix this. It sounded like an Ed, Edd and Eddy reference. Nice one, Ed boy. You know, Rolf. Are we Ed? Did they have Ed, Edd and Eddy in Brazil? Is that a thing? What all tracks? I know JetX was big in foreign countries. I don't know about Cartoon Network. There we go. That's going to be our little diamond in there. Can you type? Ed, Edd, and Eddy. I can indeed type. Okay, so we got some little gems here. I'm a little bit worried that this is not going to process correctly, so we're just going to leave it to sit as is. But there's two things we have to do to make this work. In fact, we'll just do one of them. I'm going to do this later, actually. The more I think about it, the more I just want to do this later. But let's go ahead and save this. This is going to process really badly. Oh, man. Take me all the way down to the bottom of the coins. Just like that. And now I want to link object data. So they should all be the same object now, with one of them being the parent, which I think is that one. So if I take this guy and I decide to, yeah. Cool, okay, they're parented, perfect. Well done. Now we do it. So let's node these guys up. The floor is going to be our brick material that we made, mossy floor. Not that, we want mossy stone. There we go. That's our little floor right there. We got our little diamond in here, and we got all of our coins. A lot of these are double stacked, which I don't love, but we'll get there. And I'm going to go ahead and grab one region right here and assign it a new material. And that material is going to be, please don't make new materials. He is going to be gold. Oh. I do not want this. There we go. We got a little bit of gold for it all to sit on. And now we're going to grab our coin and we're going to give it gold. I hate physics in Blender. I hate the physics in Blender. You know what? I'm gonna make one coin. We don't have time for this. I'm just gonna make one coin and we're gonna call it a day. Goodbye. Oh my gosh. All that work. Wow. What an actual shame that is. What an actual shame that is. How dare they? Okay, well, let's make one good-looking coin, and we're just going to call that it. What a shame. Good news is, though, the raffle should be ending pretty soon here. So soon, somebody will know what they've won. Somebody put in, like, a ton of tickets. I want to say it was Beryl. So I'm going to say that you're probably the one who's guaranteed, but we got a couple of people putting in for today. Okay, let's make this guy like that. Push that in there to make a nice little ridge. Fun fact, coins have ridges like this to be able to tell. We have ridges like this to see if people are cutting parts of coins to make new coins. In the old days, people used to cut edges off of coins to reduce their value and to just keep scraps for themselves. And so the ridge was added as a way to easily tell if somebody was doing that or not. The more you know. By the way. Okay, so there's my coin. It's dubbed. It's called Do, Doo, and Edu. Is do a name in Brazil? Is that like an actual name in Brazil? Okay, we're gonna make this thing gold. We're gonna double it down and we're gonna call this coin gold. And what I want to do is apply scale to it. And I want to go ahead and give this guy a cool little texture. So we're going to do this, and you're going to be the sides of it. So assign. It's all nicknames of Eduardo. I see. I like that. I like that a lot. That's cool. It's a cool way to make that work in a different language. Coin gold. This is going to be called Coin Ridge. It's going to be exactly the same as coin gold minus 1 detail. And that detail is going to be a little bump on the side here. And I'm going mega fast because I realize that my time is about to run out. We're going to throw a wave on here, and the wave has to be a Z wave. Set to object data. Not a Z wave, a Y wave? Why would Y? I'm not sure I understand. Yeah, it is a Y wave. No, it's definitely not a Y wave. It's rings with a Z wave. That's exactly what it is. We need to put rings on this thing. Okay, so you're up. We're gonna do rings. Sir? Rings. Z. Please work. Please work. That works. Excellent. Looks great. Okay, so we're gonna just do a bunch of these guys. What? Like 100 of them? What the heck is happening? 500 of them? What is going on? Why is it doing this? I'm not sure I understand why it's doing this, because otherwise it looks good. Okay, well, I don't have time to think too much about it, so we're just going to leave it like that. This will be called coin face. And I was thinking I was going to try and like sculpt a little thing on here and bump it down or bake it down into a face. We're not going to worry about that right now. Definitely not the goal right now. So instead, we're just going to make ourselves a little cute little bump. Something charming, something that looks good. I was looking at the £1 note from Britain, and I had a cool idea that I liked. So we're going to go magic texture with a color ramp. We're going to pop a little guy on here. We're going to say that's it. So object data. Oh, I messed up. Whoops. This is going to be called coin gold. We're going to go back to coin face. We're going to go back to slot 1, and we're going to call this coin gold without any of this junk. There we go. And we're back. Let's bring this to 4. I think this should work. Scale goes like way up, like 20, and distortion goes way up. Way too much. Okay, well that's not what I wanted at all. Let's see. Not quite. Not quite the vibe. The vibe, I think, is a little bit more like a wave Musgrave. So let's throw in a Musgrave, vector, texture, wave. The raffle is officially over. All right, let's see who won. So, the winner of the raffle Hello? My raffle glitched out a little bit on my side. All right, there seems to be somebody who is definitely going to win. And lo and behold, it is Mr. Six. That made a lot of sense. So, Mr. Six, what valuable thing would you like to toss in this little chest here? There we go. That's the vibe I was going for earlier. We'll stick to 1 and maybe... No, we'll stick to 1. And maybe like 15 to give it that really cool articulate look. Drop those valleys down as much as we can. And that is not a bad looking little surface for a coin to put a face on top of. So I think I like the way that looks a lot. So we'll go ahead and throw a face on here eventually and do some sort of add to make the bump work. But that'll be it for now. Okay, so unfortunately the coins despawned themselves, but while we wait for Mr. Six to think of their design, let's go ahead and try and do some jade pieces. So I'm going to pop in a little bit of jade using probably UV spheres if I had to guess. Welcome back. You won. You had, you're fine. You don't need to apologize. You're living your best life. You won by a long shot. You were very clearly the person with the most tickets. Okay. We're just going to do a quick little sculpt on this guy. So what valuable object would you like to place in your in the chest here? Can you do a crown? Of course I can do a crown. Why not? Do you have a specific kind of crown you want, or you want like a default like king's crown? Okay, so there's a chunk of jade. Let's grab this guy and let's do this little chunk of jade as well. Little chunk of jade. There we go. 2 little chunks of jade. I did that pretty fast. I feel pretty comfortable with that. And we'll go ahead and bury you down in here. A king's crown would be nice. Yeah, we'll do a king's crown. I feel like that's a little easy. But, no, sorry. No, actually, that's going to be really hard, and I definitely want to do it. Yeah, we'll do a king's crown. No problem. I'll go look up some pictures in just a moment. Just as soon as I get this jade done, and then we'll go ahead and do that. Okay, so we're back to our nodes. And we're going to go ahead and throw on some jade. You'll help me pick one if that's okay with you, if you're not too busy. Let's call this jade just so we have it. There we go. That should be okay. I actually like those little pieces of jade. That looks good. Okay, let's go ahead and grab ourselves a crown. All right, the Streamlabs is really messed up right now. I don't know why. Streamlabs got super jacked up. Okay, whatever Streamlabs, whatever you're up to. King's Crown. Let's see what we're looking at here. Okay, so we have all sorts. I am immediately drawn to this. That looks very cool. I like spiky ones. But whatever you want is cool with me. If you want the traditional style, we can do a very traditional one. Whatever you're feeling. We got what is this? Mario? Like a Mario style crown? Peach's crown, or the crown that you win when you're doing a Mario Kart circuit? What are you feeling? I'm going to say I'm probably going to default to this guy. You like that one? Okay. This one's cool. I got to really sit and think about how I'm going to do this. Okay, off the top of my head, I have an idea for how this is going to work. Okay, let's just go for it. Let's just go for it. I can actually make this pretty close, I think. I trust my ability to make that crown. So, here's what we're going to do. We're going to grab a plane, and this is going to be called floor. Floor is not a part of the chest. The power stones have mostly been deleted at this point. In fact, we're just going to delete them at this point. Coins. Okay, well that is jade, and that is jade. Jade and jade. This guy right here is our padlock holder. We call everything a holder. I don't know why. There is that, which is our diamond. And we're done with the chest. Goodbye, goodbye, goodbye. The diamond, we're done making the coins. I'm going to keep up just so I can work on them in my own time. Everything holds. That's true. Everything does. Everything is a holder to something. Crown. Okay, let's make a crown. So, there's a couple of ways for me to do this. And I'm really trying to think what's the correct way to do this. I think the obvious way that I should be doing this. I think there is an obvious way that I should be doing this. So I'm going to do the obvious way. Oh, let's put our reference picture in real quick. Let's not forget that. Okay, so it is a... One, two, three, four, five, six. Interesting. It's an interesting shape for a crown. I'll say that. So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to make the small poles real quick. We're going to do a plane. I have an idea that this will work. We're going to do a plane, and I'm going to design just one of the spokes of the crown. Just like that. This should work. You know what? Let's do a bevel on there. Yep, this will work. Bring that in just a little bit, and then we're going to grab you and bring you in a lot. Are our YouTube friends watching? They are. I have chilled out a little bit on announcing the YouTube stuff because I have a better way of uploading than I used to. But I am always recording. We're always big chillin' on the YouTubes. I really just want to have this stuff for myself. Mr. Six says hello to everybody on YouTube. So hello to who is effectively probably just CQDK watching. Like, realistically, it's either it'll always just be CQDK watching, or there's going to be like an audience one day, and I guess we're just talking to people in the future. I think that's unlikely, so let's not get our hopes up. But it is a weird prospect to think about people watching things that have long since been overdue. I suppose to some degree it's on me to like be successful and like do a good job as to whether that stuff happens or not, but we're just chilling. I'm not too concerned with stuff like that. Maybe we are talking with aliens who are studying Earth with their technology. Should I be somebody who represents humanity? You know, I think I got a pretty good run of it. I think I could represent humanity just fine. I don't have a problem with that. So sure, I'll represent humanity. Why not? Okay, so here is my crown. Hello, aliens. Hello, aliens. We're talking straight to the aliens now. This one's for the aliens. We're just big chilling over here on Earth. All right, let's go ahead and push these guys forward like that to make that a really nice, articulate, weird angle. Okay. That, I believe, is okay to me. Shout out to the UFO gang. Mr. Six, how do you feel about UFOs? How do you feel about aliens and all that sort of stuff? Okay, so that's one rung of our crown. Done. So I'm going to push this forward, and we're going to do our best to make this work. Is this going to work? I don't know. It's going to be weird for sure. Let's go ahead and throw in an empty of planes. And now we're going to throw on an array. By object offset, the empty number 2. Let's not do that. Instead, let's fit to curve. This is the way that we've done this in the past, but I didn't think this would be a good idea, but I'm willing to give it a shot. So we're going to fit to curve this. So that is a Bezier curve, circle. So let's start with object offset by the circle. Let's grab U and apply scale, and let's grab U and apply scale. Scale is perfect. Let's apply rotation. Let's set origin to 3D cursor. Perfect. And now we should be able to just spin this, right? Yeah. So we want 7 of these guys, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We want 10 of them. 1, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4, 4. Yeah, 10. Correct. 10. Okay, this one's gonna be tough to get working. It's a crown. CQDK, hello. I was just talking about you. I think there is another type of life in the universe, but I don't think we can contact them. Actually, there's a big story here in Brazil called Alien of Varginha. A lot of crazy things happen. In fact, the US military came here to check it out, but it is a long story. That sounds like a long story, but I like that kind of stuff. Okay, so what we really want to do here is up this guy to a distance that we are accepting. You can send on Discord later? I would appreciate that. Thank you. Okay, so let's apply location. There we go. Look at that. That's our crown. Done. Okay. I'm going to say pretty much that's it. So let's apply. Let's delete our curve. We're going to grab all these guys and we're going to edit them and merge by distance and up that merge distance until they touch, which worked. Look at that. Crown. Done. Okay, so now two things have to happen. One, we have to subsurface this. Because I want this thing to be really nice and strong looking. We should also probably throw on a solidify. Do we want the solidify before or after the subsurface? Before. There we go. That's going to be that. And then I'm going to go ahead and crease that edge. So we're going to grab each of these and give them some creases. Yeah, CQDK, how are you doing? Okay, we got a nice little ridge. All the way across. All the way nice and across. Now, the solidify is doing some weird stuff here, if I'm being perfectly honest. You bought a donkey plush. Okay, can we have more information about this donkey plush? And or pictures of the donkey plush? I think we'd all be very interested to know about this little plush. Because, I don't know, your life's a big mystery. Okay, so the solidify is annoying, to say the least. So I think I want to apply the solidify first and then do some joining. That's a cool little angle right there. It's a small, bad culotte plush that are cute. His name is Donkey. What kind of plush is it? What is that? What is that word that you said? You know what? We're going all the way. I like this. I like this hard look. I think that's a cool look. It's not as round as it should be, but honestly, I love it. Let's hit apply on there. We'll go back to edit. And then we're going to merge some of these guys. Merge at center and repeat. Boom. Look at that. Look how good that looks. Cool. This should be a not bad looking crown. I will actually throw the sapphire on here, I think. Oh, it's a bad quality plush. Got it. Is it an actual donkey or did you just name it donkey? Like, what is the plush of? There we go. There we go. Can't be mad at that. That looks pretty solid to me. We'll go ahead and throw on a little bit of an auto smooth just to play with some of these angles. But color me not that displeased with the way this thing looks. Oh, and I don't want to crease the inner edge of this, if I'm being perfectly honest. Yeah, there we go. Look at that. Gorgeous. What I should be doing is I should be control clicking. That's so much faster. Always keep in mind your shortcuts. There we go. A crown. We got one piece that's missing in here. How do we miss this? There we go. A crown. Done. Look at that. Can't be too upset with that. Now, I don't know why it's giving us this weird crease here. I think it's the auto normal. So let's go back to 30. To get those hard edges right there. Plushy friend? Oh yeah. Okay, so let's go ahead and do the actual, like, main part of the show, and then we'll call it. So I'm going to go ahead and grab you, push you guys out, and up, and up. And we should probably flatten this just a little bit, so it fits more like a third eye kind of look is what I'm going for. How does that look? That feels good to me. That feels really nice. I suppose it is flat. It's like fairly flat. So let's try and flatten this and see what that comes out to. Let's see here. Ooh, there's a look. Okay, one more flatten. Look at that. Beautiful. Beautiful. We'll give it just a nice flat look. Fix this crease here because this crease looks ridiculous. I don't know how I'm going to fix it, but we're just going to give it a shot. There we go. I love it. That looks great. Now, why are these guys not pointy all the way up? Let's grab, based on normals, we'll say 0.02 just to keep that little spike going. Oh, this is going to be frustrating. 0.02. 0.02. All the way across. Take your sweet time getting this right. And then it's smooth sailing from here. I'm just going to go ahead and throw some rubies and sapphires on it. I'm going to color it up, and then we're done. After predicting this song about an hour and a half ago, it finally showed up. So shout out to that. There we go. Okay. So that is our spiky little pointy guys. Can't be mad at that. With a nice flat piece right on the front here. Do I want to try making the rest of it not flat? Sure, why not? In fact, I'll go one crazier. Let's go all the way. Always up to something, you know? The subsurface is still active, which I kind of forgot and I was not accounting for while I was doing all of that gradation myself. So, whoops. I have been looking so good today. I actually brushed my hair. Gotta love that confidence. CQDK, how do you feel about appearances and looks and stuff like that? You strike me as somebody who does not care about stuff like that. Were you just feeling it today, or do you have an interest in that kind of stuff? There we go. Honestly, that's a cool look. Okay, this is going to be a picky little battle here, to say the least. Do you find yourself attractive? Man, I struggle with that a lot. The obvious answer is other people find me attractive, and so I have to trust that. Like, if other people think I'm attractive, then, like, I must be. But I have a hard time gauging that. I don't even know if there is such a thing as, like, true attraction. Like, people probably just look the way they look, right? Okay, why are you a problem child? They're all good except for you. You're the problem child. I don't care as long as I wear whatever I want. I get that. That's basically how I feel. Yeah, I don't know if I believe in, like, people being attractive. Like, I know there's conventional, like, beauty standards and stuff like that, and that's fine. I'm not trying to stop anybody from enjoying themselves, but I don't know if I, like, think in that way. Like, I don't think my brain is rendered to, like, care about that kind of stuff. The people that I am attracted to always end up being people that I'm attracted to for, like, social... I don't... Like, I hate to say that, like, I'm into personality, but I am. Like, at the end of the day, I'm really just, like... I like the way people are. And so I think, by extension, I think about myself that way. Like, quite deeply. Like, quite deeply, I think I'm like, yeah. Like, why would I judge anybody based on anything if I don't... Or why would I judge myself based on anything if I don't judge anybody else that way? So I don't know what that means necessarily, but yeah, I don't care too much. Peeps are peeps. The peeps are the peeps. We should have done X0 like that forever ago. I don't know why I didn't think to do that, but now we got that cool little ridge there. I like the way that looks. No, I don't. No, I don't. Why is that ridge there? Get that ridge out of there. Why is that there? Get that out of there. That's a great curve. That's a perfect looking curve right there. This guy. What are you doing, sir? Okay, you know what? The way to solve this, I think, is to do this. My favorite hat on, and I found my favorite clothes, so I've been feeling so attractive with my donkey too. You know, that is the most you thing I've ever heard. Favorite hat, favorite donkey. That's big your energy. But I'm glad. Everyone should feel good about themselves, right? That's a very important part of being human. This is driving me nuts. There we go. You know what? We're just going to take this ridge. The ridge looks great. We're keeping it. Done. Let's throw some sapphires on here. Everything else looks good. We're not going to play with any of the auto normals. We're done. Not going to lie, that looks a little weird to me. Oh, please. Please just work. Center. Center, center, center. You have a beautiful soul. You guys are very cute. You guys are very cute. What lovely human beings you are. As long as you all are good to each other, all's well with the world. That's really what matters to me. That part right there just looks so weird. I think we can just cut it. What if we just cut that? And also, what if we cut this guy down? Here's a thought. That's a weird look. Just zero. Just zero it out. Negative 0.5 gives us something. Negative 0.6 gives us something. That's it. You found your old onion plush? Get that thing away from me. I hate onions. It's nothing worse than an onion. Okay, 30 minutes in and we have this. Can't be upset about that. Now we're going to apply our subsurface. We're going to go back into edit mode and I'm going to go ahead and raise some bits. Like that. Let's go ahead and extrude those on out just a little bit. Can't be mad at that. We should really sit and retopo this, but definitely not what we're doing today. Definitely not the point. Oh, I hate onions. They're so gross. They're the worst food on earth. I've tried eating them so many times, they're actually just like the spawn of Satan. Onions are great. Okay, I like, if an onion was a friend of mine, that's great. I just don't want to eat it. I'd be friends with an onion. I'm just not eating it. Which I think the onion would appreciate me not eating them. Okay, that's my little weird ridge. I don't know why that's there, but sure. I like the way that looks. The inside is a circle. The outside is a tenagon, decagon. So that'll work. Let's stick some jewels in here and call it a day. Okay, so what we want is jewels. Jewels, 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 jewels. When I think of a jewel, I really like triangles. So I'm going to make myself a cylinder of 3. We're going to go ahead and rotate this guy down. I actually don't think my plushy onion will taste good. You don't know that. Could. You never know. Okay, so that is the beginning of this. I like the size of it. I think that's a great looking size. So we're gonna do the 1-2 punch. Boom. Old 1-2 punch. And now we got ourselves a little jewel. Actually, I don't want it that big. Just a little bit. Now, this is the part where I run into some trouble. What are we doing? It's a little flat looking. You know what? I take it back. Take it all the way back. I'm okay with this. This part works. Let's rotate it upside down to 180. And now let's go ahead and put a little crease on here and crease it backwards, forwards, all the way around. This is going to be a nightmare. This is going to end in tears. Let's just all take a moment to appreciate how badly this is about to go. And we'll all learn something together. This is going to end in absolute tears. You might ask yourself, if it's going to end so badly, why are you doing it? I don't know. I have a hard time answering that one. I'm just compelled by it. Merge by distance, and the distance is going to be tiny. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 0.01. You have a Gizmo plushie. I'm assuming Gizmo is from Gremlins. Correct? 0.0002. You think you struggle a little bit with your appearance? Why is that? I've seen pictures of you. You look good. .001. Now we go up from here. 0.002. Okay, you know what? I have to do this manually. The more I'm looking at this, the more I am actually forced to do this manually. This was such a bad idea. You know what? Let's take it back just a little bit. Here's what we're gonna do. Gremlins matches your energy. Let's dissolve those edges real quick. Let's dissolve these edges real quick. Let's dissolve these edges real quick. And we're going. You're just a little bit ugly. Well, I don't really believe in the idea of people being ugly. But from the pictures I've seen of you, you look great. You look like a dude. Like, you look like a very normal Hispanic dude. Nothing wrong with that at all. I will say, and I hope this doesn't come across as being mean or upsetting or anything like that, but I think it needs to be said, and I don't know if I'm the person to say it, but I'll say it. I think that ideology, that belief that you think you don't look good, might be just the thing in and of itself. Like, that might be, like, what it is. Like, you believing that is the detriment. And so I would be careful with yourself. Be nicer to yourself. Okay, that's the beginning of my jewel. You gotta love yourself. That's rule number 1. You can't get past that one. You can't not do that one. You gotta love yourself. You're gonna have a hard time in the world if you don't do that part. Is that an okay looking gym? No, that looks bad. You're welcome. But I mean it. That's not even me trying to be like cute or funny or whatever. Like, genuinely. Like, you look good and you should know that. And you should live your life as if you do look good. Yeah, love yourself real good, Spicy. At the end of the day, nobody loves you like you love you. So if you don't love you, you're definitely not going to have somebody else give you more than what you're giving yourself. There are people who go very far out of their way to love other people. There are very good, sweet, lovely people out there that go very far out of their way to love others. But for the most part, people receive the love that you give yourself and try to amplify it. They say, oh, you like yourself? Well, I also like you. That's how most people are going to operate with you over the course of your life. And so you should set that precedent early and often. I think this is my crystal. It's a weird crystal, but I think it gets the job done. I was going for like a heart, and I sort of like what we have. If you feel like you don't like the way you look, I'm gonna put this out there. Go take some selfies. It's gonna feel really awkward, and you're gonna hit the lowest point that you can. Like if you're genuine, if you're genuinely like, I don't like the way I look, I want to do something about that, I want to feel better, etc., etc., etc. If you're being genuine about that, which I believe you are, like, go get awkward on a camera. You will feel so different afterwards. You know what? I don't want to do all this. Instead, on the back, we're going to do clear lines. We're just going to do nice clear lines here. Really nice clear lines. Okay, so while we're talking about beauty and people feeling whatever way they feel and stuff like that, I have another opinion. And this opinion is a little weird, but I do have an opinion. I don't believe in the whole, like, oh, they're a 10 out of 10, they're a 9 out of 10. That stuff's, like, damaging and really weird. To try and grade people on a scale is very awkward and, like, presumptuous and says way more about the person making the scale than it does about the person they're judging. So I don't believe in any of that kind of stuff. That stuff is ugly, and don't do that. A selfie is when you take a picture of yourself. So I don't believe any of that stuff, and you shouldn't either. Joe is a 12 out of 10. I can't confirm, especially when you have your cow onesie on. But yeah, the big thing for me. Oh, now I have to think. Hold on. One moment while I think. This is going to be called the crown, and this is going to be called jewel. And we're going to set the location to 0. And we're going to go ahead and mirror it across the crown. It's not the best looking jewel I've ever made. I don't love it, but we'll get there. Yeah, honestly, you're a 15 out of 10. Get it right. So I don't believe in the idea that people can be rated out of a numbering system. That's like crazy and damaging and not cool. That being said, I think the average person, the default average person, cannot be less than a 7 out of 10 if they're trying. Like, if you actively are like, hey, I'm balding, so I need to, like, get hair products to do this or style my hair in a way that looks appropriate, etc., etc., etc. You can't be ugly. And if you struggle with weight and you're wearing clothing that distributes your weight correctly and makes you look in a way that, you know, looks appropriate for the way that you're built, quote unquote, you can't be less than a 7 out of 10. Like, as long as you're trying, people cannot be ugly. That's like not how humans are designed. I don't believe in scales, but you all are on the scale. Yeah, it's basically what I'm saying as well. Wow, I think we have the hottest chat in the world now. There we go. Okay, so this is going to be my crown, just about done. So we're going to finish a little early, I think. Is that acceptable? I mean, I'm not going to accept no for an answer. So yes, that's acceptable. Now, do I want to make this one different? Yeah, we're going to make this one different. Okay, I'm going to hit apply. We're going to go here to edit. We're going to separate by loose parts. I'm going to grab you. We're going to delete you. We still have the one on the back? We do. Perfect. Now let's node this guy up, and then we're going to focus on that front one in just a moment. Dare I try and use coin face? Ooh. Mamma mia, Baba Bia. We're here. This is way too dramatic, but like, holy cow, it looks good. Holy cow, that looks good. Way too dramatic, though. Do I care? Am I going to use it anyway? Oh, we have an infinity out of 10. Oh, man. We have genuinely the hottest chat in the world. Good luck to anybody else that's even trying to compete anymore. You don't stand a chance. I think we hit it perfect. Yeah, we hit it perfect. We did it. This looks so good. Color me, please. It's very dark on my camera. I don't know why. My window's open and it's bright outside. My camera just decides to be dark sometimes. Let's go back and grab each of these jewels. We're going to apply and apply, and we're going to grab all of them, and we're going to grab and separate by loose parts because I have to grade them correctly. And here we go. So you are going to be our ruby. Looks great. I appreciate that. Ruby. Sapphire. So let's go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's exactly what I wanted. Perfect. And we'll link those materials. And then we'll do the exact same thing over here. 1, 2, 3, 4. And we'll link those materials. Look at that. Gorgeous. She gorgeous. We need to remove this emission on both of them. So there's no emission anymore. Oh, I love the way this thing looks. Holy cow. Now, I'm kind of inclined to do something a little weird. So let's get a little weird with this. I'm going to throw this guy up. And we're going to go ahead and grab you as a black. I don't know what I'm saying anymore. My words do not make sense. I'm very sleep deprived. What does that give us? Come on. Okay, that gives us exactly what I wanted. So now we're going to grab that, and we're going to drop that color down. And put a little bit more of a gradient between the two of these, and we can now have this like musky, weird looking crown. Why so sleep deprived? Because I did not sleep. I slept a little bit, but I just had a hard time sleeping. It was a bit of a hard night, you know? Sometimes you have hard nights. It's just one of those moments. Okay. I'm going to say that is not bad. I kind of want to... Wait. Why do I have no dimension on these things? I would have never have guessed the lack of sleep was caused by sleep deprivation. Oh, what do you want me to say? I rolled around in bed and thought about things a whole bunch. I don't know what else to say other than that. My life was just going all over the place. I don't know. That's pretty common. I have that fairly often. I get the most dread when I'm trying to sleep. That's like the worst time for it. Okay, let's go ahead and throw on one more little piece, and then we're going to call this crown Dunzos. If you don't want to talk about it, that's cool. It's just general dread. It ain't a thing. The world's all sorts of scary and weird, and sometimes it overcomes me, and I just have trouble sleeping. There we go. Let's go ahead and say that. It's actually like pretty terrible because I also lose sleep over creative ideas. So basically anything that can make me lose sleep, I will lose sleep. Like first thing that happens in my life is I lose sleep. That's my number one. Something is wrong, I lose sleep. Okay, let's go local. Hope you can sleep again. Yeah, we'll see. Tonight's probably the night that I will sleep just fine. You got to... My number one is if anything is wrong, I get more sleep. Couldn't be me. Could not be me. There we go. Now we have a little pearl that sits on the front of this guy. Kind of a Princess Bubblegum looking kind of thing. So let's see. What do we want? We want like a pearl or we want opal? I think we want opal. Be more like me. You'll be even cooler than you already are. Wow. The self-promotion was strong on that one. That was the most self-promoted thing I've ever seen. Okay, let's grab this. We're going to drop this down to a 0.3. We're going to drop this down to a 0.35. I want to be Mr. Oh, me. You are you. CQK, you're the most you person I know. Okay, we're going to use my tried and true F3D044. That didn't work. Wait, what? F3D000. F3D444? Oh, I've lost the number. I don't know the number anymore. We'll get there. We'll figure it out. Joe's pretty cool. He has great taste in games. This is true. Joe does have great taste in games. He's quite a man, to say the very least. Yeah, CQDK is probably the person we should all aspire to actually be. CQDK kind of has the rhythm down. Okay, so 7 and 3, which makes you 0.5, right in the center. You do look Hispanic. You do indeed look Hispanic. You got that vibe. I appreciate the bless you. Okay, let's grab a color that we like. And we got ourselves this. And is it looking weird for some reason? It is looking weird. I don't know why it looks so weird. There he is. Let's scale that way up. What is this going to look like? Oh, love that look. That's the look. Okay, let's do an F2. I think this is going to look terrible, but looks terrible. This is the one. Okay, I believe we are here. I believe we have our little sacred crown. Crazy looking weird crown, gem on the front. Go around, we got some crystals, and it's just a beautiful, weird little design here. I think we're good. If I'm doing one thing for sure, let's do this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I see an easy way that I can retopo this, but I'm done. I'm not going to do it. Slot 2, it's going to be coin face, but doubled. Oh, I didn't make a double of coin face earlier. My bad. We'll deal with that at some other point in the future. That's not my problem today. And now we're going to take this and make it very silvery and darker. Very, very dark. 0.05. Very dark. There we go. That is my crown. Done. Complete for the day. So I am going to call it there. Let's go ahead and pull up everything else. I'm struggling a lot to figure out my race because in Brazil, a lot of people are mixed, including myself. Does your family not know what race they are? Like, is there not a record of that? I just know very confidently that my my family is like almost exclusively German. We have other stuff too, but like we're very German, very, very German. So kind of easy to figure my stuff out. I know German is very popular in what? No, global. German's also like very common in Brazil, so maybe you have some German in you. There we go. Okay, now I am officially done. Cool. Okay, so we will resume conversations. Mr. Six, I hope you find peace in yourself. I hope you explore yourself. Go take a selfie. Go take a cute little selfie somewhere. And I think you're going to feel a lot better once you just get a little bit more comfortable dealing with your body rather than, you know, kind of keeping your distance from it. I think you should accept it and just push it and say, how far can I go with what I got? And I hope that'll make you feel a little bit better. Not that I think I have any part to play in that. But from that point forward, I am going to jump ship and we're going to raid somebody real quick. So let's go raid somebody. Let's see who's doing some 3D modeling and see what they're up to. And that'll be me today. So, who's here? Who do we got? Let's see. Oh, we got somebody making Tales of Symphonia. I'm very in on that. Yeah, I know. The stream's done. We have to go see Tales of Symphonia. We have to. There's no way around it. Like, that's what we're doing right now. So let me go ahead and pop up and we'll do a raid on this person. Their name is Niche Niche. So everybody shout out Niche Niche for me and go show them some love. And with that, I am out. I say that, and it's going to take a couple of seconds for it to get ready to go, but we're getting ready to go. So, peace.